I think working with Akram is something very special. He's very passionate and very present with everything he's doing. You feel his full commitment to whatever work that he's doing. So whether that was Dust or whether that's now Giselle, he's in creative mode and he's going to give it everything that he has. And that's infectious when you get into the studio and he's up dancing just as much as you are. You can't help but try and raise yourself to an entirely new level. And that's really exciting. You think that you've pushed your body as much as you can and moved differently, and then you see him do something that you couldn't even imagine, and you say, okay, no, I can go further. So it's that constant stepping stone of saying, no, actually my body can do more than I even thought.
For me, it was incredible. It completely opened my eyes to a new form of dance, a new form of classical dance that I knew about and had worked with people before in as well, but not as in depth as with Akram. And the way he works and the way he thinks, it's just so inspiring to the dancer. And he passes so much information to you that you're allowed to then express yourself within his movement. It was incredible. It really was an amazing experience for me from start to finish.
For me as an artist, it's really interesting to see how he works, and Akram is really somebody who he's talking and you're hearing his thoughts and you're with him. He's changing things every day, and some choreographers keep it much more internal, and Akram tells you everything. He gives you so much information that you might not necessarily need, but you know it's in there. So when he's creating, you can help and you're on the same path as him because you know where he's thinking, you know where his thoughts are. So you have an understanding of where you need to take the work. And it's a lot of background information, but it's there and it's important because it can come in and you might need it at any point, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
The process so far has been amazing. He's definitely trying to reimagine it, and the nice thing is that we as the dancers really feel a part of that. He doesn't come in and say, okay, you're doing this, you're doing that, end of story. It's really a discussion between his team, obviously a lot with him behind the scenes, but also before every rehearsal, we'll sit down, we'll talk about ideas or different inspirations, and he's said himself that he wants us to be involved. This is a phenomenal time for us because usually as ballet dancers, we're told what to do, and we have to do that. This, we have a chance to mold and influence the steps, but even how certain characters come about, what are their real feelings about these situations, and it's taking the underlying ideas of Giselle and breathing a new breath into that, finding what does that mean in today's world? Who is Giselle? Who is Hilarion? Who is Albrecht? And what do those mean to us?
It's a complete different vocabulary from us. So we have our classical vocabulary, and we've done things before where we have to adapt and learn a whole new way of working. But with him, what's so interesting is we're taking as much as we can from him, and he's really merging the two things together. So there's no set example of this is how you should do it. He's really making an in-between, so you're working to try and find something. So that's, I think, what I think is so interesting, is you keep working and there's no set example. You're finding it yourself, and you keep working until you find something, until he kind of sees and goes, yes, that's what I'm looking for. It's something unique, he wants something different.
And Akram, as I said before, he gives you so much information, and he allows you to also, he gives you information that you're allowed to develop and create as well. I don't know if that's probably the right way to say it, but he gives you the opportunity to put your mark on it. And I mean, for us as dancers, we're in the complete process together, I feel. And what is amazing, we were talking about it today with some of the other dancers, is the energy and the passion he has. it just makes you want to work, and makes you want to work harder and harder. And you know, you've done an hour and a half, 2 hours of work, and your body's really hurting, you feel tired, and he goes, okay, let's do it once more, and you just want to do it, and you want to do it the best for him and for the piece. You know, and you feel that if you don't do it full out, it's not going to be the best that you can give him. And there's very few people that have that quality of bringing a whole room together and pushing them towards one goal. And we do it as a group, and it feels, and the energy builds and builds and builds and builds and builds, and it's absolutely amazing. And you forget everything until you get to 6:30 and you go, oh God, that really hurt. Oh God, that's going to hurt tomorrow. And then you wake up in the morning and you think, oh God, that hurts. And then you start again, and then you forget about it, and you push and you push and you push, and it's amazing. It's a fantastic atmosphere to work in.